Hey everybody, my name is Nate Harrison, and today I just want to show you some of the gear that I use for guitar, how I power my HX Stomp, some of the cables that I use, and some extra pedals that I use as well, pedalboard, all that stuff. So I'll start off right from the top. I use all the sounds that I use come out of the HX Stomp. I don't have any additional pedals that actually provide any effect or anything like that. So all of my effects and everything are coming off of the HX Stomp. And my amps, I'm using all 8 blocks. I'll do another video that actually has sound samples today. I'm just gonna walk through what I have and how I use it. So check it out. Start off with the guitar. This is the guitar that I use. It is a pink Partscaster Strat. It has a all parts neck, has an MJT body, couple of Texas specials with a humbucker in the bridge, just a 5-way switch. This guitar is great. Everything I ever wanted. That is actually the only electric guitar that I use. The others are just acoustics. I have Taylor, actually a few Alvarez's, Martin, and some others in those cases over there. So, all right, now we can move towards the pedal board. As you can see, this is my pedal board. This is what it looks like. I'll boot it up. This is the case that I use for it. So I have the mono pedal board. It fits really nicely just in this mono tick case. This is what I put it in to travel. Honestly, don't do much traveling at the moment, but this fits, as you can see. It fits really well in that case. Here's the cables that I use. This is a balanced, I have a couple different versions of these cables. I always go stereo out of my Stomp. This one right here, these cables I bought off of Amazon. Everything I'll have linked down in the description below for, that's a part of this rig, that I can find at least. So these cables, I think these are 6-foot cables that I bought. It's a balance cable, if you can see that. And then it goes to the XLR. This way I can come straight out of the Stomp. Don't have to go into any sort of adapter or anything like that. I can just plug straight into our floor pockets or soundboard, whatever the audio director wants. Now we can move towards the pedal board. So on this pedal board, I'll talk a little bit about how I use the Stomp and how I use these other controller pedals. First thing I want to talk through is just what I have on here. So first thing I have, of course, my entire board is built around the HX Stomp. This is where, like I said earlier, I get all my sounds, all my amps, everything. I don't know if you can see, but I'm actually using all the blocks. One of them is kind of just like one of the blocks. I have a tremolo at the very end. I don't use very often, but it's there in case I need it. I use this Nux foot switch. I've tried other ones. This one's cheap. It's on Amazon. Link below once again. And it works great. I've never had a problem with it. There's a few little things you have to figure out. For example, I don't know if you can see back there, but you got to set the switch to close. And then within the HX Edit software, you have to mess with the momentary and latching settings on the parameters that you want to adjust with this to make sure that it is working properly. Right now, what I actually use this for is just to change patches. So preset up and down, you can see it just goes up and down. Then I have this MIDI Baby 3. This is a pretty new addition to my rig. This is where I'm sending my tap from, and then I'm just scrolling through snapshots with these. I don't have any like presses or long holds, I mean. I'm really just using it as a 3-button controller at the moment. But if you know anything about the MIDI Baby 3, it's a great pedal. It actually has different settings that you can set for how long you hold it. For example, just kind of like your tap tuner, I can send my tap, but then if I hold on it, it goes to the tuner and then it goes back. You can do that with all 3 of these, and you actually can do a longer hold and it'll change more settings if you want to. And then in order to go wireless, I have the Shure GLX system that I use with that. Works great, never had a problem with it. It's got a tuner built into it. This is kind of what I would recommend if you have, you know, the $400 that it takes to get one of these, it works really nice. The reason I have this one is not because I don't like the Line 6 stuff. We just wanted to make sure we use Shure microphones and that sort of thing. So I wanted to make sure that it was compatible with our overall wireless system. And this works really good. The MIDI baby, I am controlling with just, or I'm sending MIDI with just a regular MIDI cable. I don't know if you can really see that, but I found these kind of flat pancake right angle MIDI cables on Amazon, and it works really well. It just goes into the back of the pedal there. The Nux foot switch, I'm running into the expression jack and then into the back, the tip ring. So it does take a stereo cable to dual quarter for this particular pedal. And then I also have it set in a way, I like having the wireless on here. The fact that I'm running everything just out of all my sounds out of the Stomp means that I can actually, if anything goes wrong with the wireless stuff, I always have a cable next to me and I can just unplug and plug my guitar straight in, or if I wanted to, I could just go into the right one and change some settings on the Stomp to make that a little bit easier. So this is all powered by the Chalks DC7. Let me turn it over. This is great. This is a fairly new addition. If you've seen any of my past videos, you know that or you'll notice that I've changed power supplies. Part of the reason I was having a little bit of trouble, I had a one spot, or it wasn't a one spot, it was a True Tone CS, was that the CS6, CS7, the low profile one, and it worked good for a while, but I was having a little bit of trouble with it, so I just decided to switch to the DC7. One of the reasons I switched to the DC7 is because I got the wireless rig, and the DC7 actually has a USB. So in order to charge my transmitter pack that goes on my guitar, then it doesn't have replaceable batteries, so I need to charge it. The DC7 actually has a USB power output. So I can just take this cable right here and charge my guitar transmitter, and it works really nice. In order to charge the Stomp, you'll notice I had to do a couple of different cables. These will be linked below. You can buy those from Sweetwater. You have to have a doubler cable, which is this gray one right here, and then it needs to go into an adapter cable in order to fit the HX Stomp power. So you'll need the yellow flex cable and the gray current doubler cable. But these work really well. I haven't had a problem with this power setup. Granted, it's not using a whole lot. The MIDI baby and the 2-button foot switch don't take a whole lot of power. The HX Stomp takes quite a bit. And the wireless system takes a little bit. But yeah, so this is my current rig. It works really nice. I'll just kind of run through how I have my foot switches set up. So over here, this is actually, I kind of stole this from David Hislop on his all-in patch that he started doing these ideas. So I'm really on the Stomp, I'm just turning on my wet effects or amplifying their settings. So this turns on an additional glitz reverb that I have. I have a room reverb that's always on. This glitz just gives me a little bit more shimmer, that sort of thing. This increases my delay and reverb. And then this one actually gives me, if I can turn all these on at the same time, it actually gives me more of a swell sound. I'll give you sound samples in another video. This right here, like I said, scroll through presets, just back and forth. I like being able to switch presets. I have my tap tempo set to the middle button on the MIDI baby. And then if you hold down, you have a tuner. I don't use that very often just because I have a tuner built in to my wireless. And then these two buttons right here, I use to switch between snapshots. So I saw David Hislop doing his video that's how he changed his drive settings. I thought I'd try it out for a little while. So literally my snapshots just changed my drive settings. It may change a few other things on here just from having it set up a certain way this past week. but it just kind of, so Snapshot 1 is a clean tone. Snapshot 2 is gonna turn on my first stage drive. And then Snapshot 3, turn on my third stage drive. You'll notice nothing else really changes. And then back to 1. So this kind of just goes back and forth. I used it this past week this way, and it seemed to work great. So first stage drive, second stage drive, and clean. And I can go between them either way. It works really well on the Stomp this way. Give me basically 3 stages of drive without having to hit a bunch of switches. So works really well. This is kind of the way I have it set up, and I love it. This is the best Stomp setup that I've had in a while. So that's my HX Stomp setup, my pedal board, my electric guitar, that sort of thing. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, put it in a comment below. If you're interested in purchasing anything that I have on here, you can check the description. Some of those are going to be affiliate links, so I'll earn a slight commission off of that. Some of them won't be, but thought I'd go ahead and disclose that to you guys. If you have any questions, once again, comment below. I'll have another video coming out soon, hopefully with the sounds and that sort of thing. And then I also want to do a review of the David Hislop patches, the all-in patches on the HX Stomp. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Subscribe below. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.